Baby Bus!
Crime lies hidden in the puzzle, and the truth emerges through reasoning. Detective Stories of Inspector Chimp.
The Poisoned Chocolate Incident 4, Part 2.
Huh! How dare that Polly Penguin refuse me? She doesn't know a good opportunity when she sees it. The way I see it, I was doing them a favor. And then, hurry up, will ya?
In a hidden warehouse, Swinley Batson sat on the head of a wild goose, directing several other geese as they cut onions. His eyes watered and his nose was running. He could barely keep from sneezing.
Hey, boss, this onion really makes my nose itchy.
Enough chatter! Hurry up and finish cutting. Then we won't have a problem anymore. It seems our concentrated chocolate didn't do the trick. We'll try something more potent this time.
Oh, you won't get a chance to do that.
The door banged open, and a team of police officers rushed in. They surrounded Swinley and the geese like a solid wall.
What's going on? What are you doing here? We're just chopping onions. Anything wrong with that? Huh?
There's nothing wrong with chopping onions, but it's illegal to intentionally harm anyone.
Inspector Chimp and Rollie slowly stepped into the warehouse. Inspector Chimp pointed at his badge, then pointed at Swinley Batson.
I say in the name of justice that the culprits are you two, Swinley Batson and Gil Goose.
What are you talking about? What culprits? What have we done wrong?
You poisoned Hank Husky with chocolate, sending him to the hospital. Just try to deny it.
As soon as they heard the word chocolate, Swinley and Gil's expressions changed. They looked nervous now. Inspector Chimp drew something from his pocket and placed it in front of them. A tiny bottle.
This is the weapon you used. You know Hank Husky very well. Or rather, you know all dogs well. The theobromine in chocolate is highly poisonous for them. You used it on the owners of the other factories too, Maury Malamute and Sammy Samoyed. They were hospitalized with the same sickness, and while they were in the hospital, you tricked their employees into selling the factories to you.
Inspector Chimp narrowed his eyes and glared at Swinley and Gil.
You were the ones behind the hospitalization of all 3 factory managers. You deliberately poisoned them just so you could get your hands on their factories. You took advantage of their trouble just because you're greedy.
I don't know what you're talking about. Those dogs can't take hot weather. They always sleep with the doors and windows tightly closed and the air conditioner on. How could we have poisoned? Ow! Ow!
You shut up!
Before Gil could finish, Swinley's fist landed on his head. Remembering that he was supposed to keep the secret, Gil hurriedly covered his mouth.
Seems you do know these dogs well, don't you?
A smile flashed across Inspector Chimp's face. He pointed at Swinley.
So you must know that dogs stick out their tongues when they're hot, right? You shut down their air conditioner so that they would get too hot as they slept and let their tongues hang out. That's when you burrowed through the vents and dripped chocolate on the sleeper's tongue. And then your crime was complete.
Hearing Inspector Chimp's perfect logic, Swinley and Gil hung their heads in shame. The officers from Sherbetville led them to the police car and drove them to the police station.
Alas!
Excellent work, Inspector Chimp! We solved the suspicious event here!
Rollie activated the armor module and pointed at the map that appeared on his belly. The red dot indicating Sherbetville disappeared, replaced now by a simple black dot.
Rollie, you've done good work. As a reward, I've decided to spend one more day in Sherbetville. We need to get supplies for the rest of the journey. And I'm going to buy you all the ice cream you can eat.